Good afternoon. I want to say happy birthday to not Aunt Gladys because all of us have forgotten it's T Gladys. Remember? So I am so honored to be here today to help you celebrate your 90th birthday. You have carried on the legacy of the family. You're the matriarch. You're just the strength, okay? And we all are so glad to be here today. It's just an honor. I love you, and I want you to have many more blessed years. And I always see you. She have a young spirit about her. She's on Facebook. Okay? I can see my aunt on Facebook anytime sitting down at the gambling table playing games, okay? So you keep that going. That's what keeps you young and energized. You don't stop. Whatever you're doing it right, and we love you. Okay. Okay. All right then. Oh, okay. I am the daughter-in-law. I'm actually married to Dallas Allen II. Yes. And oftentimes people think I'm Janae's sister or I'm one of the sisters. But I must say that marrying into this family has truly been a blessing for me. Um, I never really understood my mother when she would say, when she married my father, and she felt like she married a family. She didn't just marry him, but she married a family. And the Allens, my mother-in-law, embraced me and my children that I had when I met them. They called her granny and him granddad, and they embraced them as their own. And to this day, my children look at them as their grandparents and they love them as a grandparent. And she taught me what family was all about. I was in a family, yeah, but she embraced us and she loved us, and she do to this day. To this day, I get up no matter where I am, if I'm working or not. I leave my job and I come and take my mother-in-law to church, and I pick her up. I try to make sure she's here on time for Sunday school, and she and I have the most beautiful conversations from her door till we get to Auntie Annie Ruth's door, and then we pick her up and we go on. And she say, "Let me pay you." It's not about that. She don't know how much I treasure and love the relationship that we have, and I am so happy to be able to do something for her. And I want her to know, and she do know, that I love her so much. I lost my mom 4 years ago, and I love her so much. Nobody can take the place of, but she is the closest that I can get. And I hope, like she said, she's here another 120 years, because I love her so much. And thank you for being there for me and my family.
Hey, hey, I'm Quentin. You can call me Q. That's my nickname. Hey, Grandma.
I'm James, one of the great grandkids of Gladys Allen. We just came up here to say we love you, Granny. You the nicest lady we ever met.
You always been here. You've been here for the longest through everything.
Yeah, we just came up here to just show our appreciation to our great grandma. know.
Say we love you again. Cause you always really been.
All right, y'all can start clapping.
I never like to speak, but this is my one mother. She's 90 years old. But my mother is a Gemini, and we always speak of the gentle side of my mother, but you got to understand that there was also the other side of my mother that didn't take no nonsense. You were not going to jail. You was not going to not have a job. You was not going to skip school. You was not going to lay around. If you had kids, you were going to take care of them. So my mother also instilled in us the other side that we need more mothers to do today, that discipline. Because we know we got whooped when we was coming up. Not all the time, not abused, but we got whooped. But I do need to say, I thank my mother because I believed her when she told me, if you ever go to jail, I'm not coming to get you out. And I never went. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody knows my mother as this sweet, loving person, which she is. But she, like my brother said, was also the disciplinarian. My father was the easygoing one, and we could always get our way with him. But my mother, I remember when I was in high school, my first year, and I did not want to go swimming the first hour during high school because I didn't want my hair messed up. So I ended up getting kicked out of school. Yes, if you can believe that. I got kicked out of school. And my mother, it was very upsetting for her, but she told me, she was like, I am not going to give up on you. If it's the last thing I do, you're going to go back to school. You're going to pass that swimming class. And you're going to be on punishment the whole summer. Me and you are going to be best friends for the whole summer. But needless to say, she didn't stay there with me the whole summer. She left my father in charge of me because she was taking trips. I have to respect my mother so much because, like my brother said, she made it clear for us that we were not going to skip school. You were going to graduate from high school. You were going to make sure you got a job or did something productive with your life. And I thank her for that because she's always been so supportive of us. And whatever we ask her to do, my mother never, ever says no. Even in our adult age, we get on each other's case sometime, like, okay, stop asking her for things because she can't say no. But anyway, I just want to let my mother know that we love her, we appreciate her, and I couldn't have picked a better mother if I had to myself.
I just remember growing up and always being on Monarch, and it was just such a loving, spiritual home. We'd always see, anytime like I'm going through something, and when my other grandmother wasn't going to church and things like that, I know I could always get up there, go to the top area of the church, and I know my granny gonna be sitting in that back row, and she gonna look up, and she gonna, oh, Jason up there. And that was always a good, reassuring feeling for me. You know, like my little brother said earlier about love and marriage and things like that. Those things stand the test of time. And I think that you have been a very true and a very good example of that for you and the whole family, you know, going down. Also, too, hard work and all those things like that. But as well, we just always just had a great time. You know, my other grandmother's house was that strong, strict, sit on the couch, your back sweating because you got the plastic on there. But there it was like, you know, we just had a ball. We just had fun, and it was cousins and this, that, and other. And I was talking to my cousins, Taya and Karina, outside, like, wow, the grandkids ain't been like this. We have not been together as a group like this in years. And it's just so beautiful to see, you know, the new additions to the family, all of the babies, and, you know, I'm looking at little Barthwell looking just like them Barthwells now, and, you know, it's just so beautiful now. So, and again, these are fruits of your labor. So we just saying thank you, Granny. I love you.